Oh, came undone again. This thing is so annoying with this. Oh, did you? It just flung spaghetti sauce everywhere. Ah, it's my least favorite part about this right now. Is that locking mechanism stinks. Hey, Bearverly. Today we are cooking with a fun little kitchen gadget from the early 2000s. This is an as seen on TV miracle tool, or so Kathy Mitchell deemed it anyway. Oh, Kathy, that woman could sell a hot glue gun to a nun. Why would a nun need a hot glue gun, or is that the joke? Oh, honey, nuns are crafty. You think those habit seams hold themselves together? That's at least 40% Elmer's and suppressed rage. I suppose that's fair. I've never really considered the habits of nuns, but we're already off topic, so thanks for that. Like I said, today we're going to be trying the Chef Wizard, a terribly named whisk spatula thingy that's supposed to replace all your other kitchen utensils. Chef Wizard? That sounds like something invented by a divorced dad who said, I cook now, and then tried to flip pancakes with a wrench. Yeah, okay. See, I was thinking it was more like something those weird kids that were into LARPing would use. Like someone's a paladin chef who wields the Chef Wizard as his Excalibur, you know? Ooh, yes. I cast flambe, and then he burns down his mom's garage trying to sear a turkey leg. You just know that thing came with a faux parchment scroll of spells, aka recipes that all involve Velveeta. Hey, look, now you do not need to drag Velveeta into this. That is liquid gold right there. Alright, no shade to the gold and goo. Velveeta's the only reason half this country thinks they can cook. It's just maybe not what I want conjured by a wizard holding a rubber wand with whisk teeth. Well, before we start conjuring any meals with the Chef Wizard, let's take a sneak peek at the Chef Wizard infomercial circa 2002-ish.
Chef Wizard, the amazing 6-in-1 kitchen utensil that lets you replace all this clutter. This is the most exciting tool I've seen in the kitchen in a long time, because not only does it replace all those tongs and spatulas and turners, it actually does a better job, and that's because of its unique design.
Oh my god. Not only does it replace all those tongs and spatulas and turners, ma'am, that's the same tool with 3 different names. Kathy's just playing Mad Libs with kitchen nouns at this point. Yeah, I'll admit she really had to stretch to try to say this can replace 6 different utensils. I mean, at best, maybe it replaces 2, a whisk and some tongs. But we're not just here to play around with crappy early 2000s plastic, B. I have a plan for the wizard. Oh, do tell. Are we summoning dinner or summoning regret? Because either way, I've already got indigestion just looking at that thing. I don't know how you have indigestion when you can't eat because your lips are perma-puckered, but per usual, you don't need to worry because I'm going to be taking on the trauma of cooking and eating for the both of us. That's true. I suffer visually, emotionally, spiritually. My intestines are metaphorical, but they are nuts just watching you open that. I'm glad I can make your days interesting, B. So I was thinking we'd of course use the Chef Wizard to cook today, but how about we only use the Chef Wizard? I'm talking no knives, no spoons, no spatulas. We're gonna try and make something that takes a little bit of everything to cook and only use the Chef Wizard to do it. And the dish I'm thinking of is baked spaghetti. Oh yes, absolute culinary chaos. Baked spaghetti with only the Chef Wizard. That's like trying to do surgery with a back scratcher and a prayer. I love it. Let's ruin dinner. You have so little faith in me. I, on the other hand, trust that I'm going to be able to pull off an edible meal with this. But the real question is, will I want to break the Chef Wizard over my leg in absolute rage, or will it truly perform miracles? Honestly, I'm betting on both. You'll make something edible, sure, but not before having a full spiritual breakdown in front of the oven. That's the real miracle. Emotional growth through culinary suffering. Hey, that is a great tagline for the channel, actually. Emotional growth through culinary suffering. I like it a lot. And speaking of channel changes, I think it's time we introduce your new kitchen watchtower. Ugh, finally. I've been asking for better working conditions forever. Do I at least get a swivel chair? Maybe a cursed little snack drawer? Yeah, guest, you're going to get your own fancy chair and a special TV that you can watch me cook from without having to be so close to the splash zone anymore. But it's not all just relaxation for you up there. No, no, no. Ugh, of course not. Nothing's ever just vibes with you. What's my job now? Am I judging your knife skills from afar like a tiny judgmental Gordon Ramsay? Because I'm going to need a bell or a gavel. Something dramatic. You are indeed my new chef judge. So while you watch me cook from your room on high, you're going to get to rank my skills. But I leave the ranking style up to you fully. Dangerous. I do love creative control. Alright, today I'll be rating you on a scale of 1 to, I'm calling the fire department preemptively. But don't worry, I'm known for my fairness. And by fairness, I mean spite. Oh yeah, I'm sure I won't regret letting you do this at all. So let's set you up in your watch room and I will get to cooking. Should we name your room anything special? Good question. It should sound important but also vaguely threatening. How about the crispy chamber or the surveillance nook? No, none of those hit quite right. I know. The Burn Book Bistro. Yes, that's it. Welcome to the Burn Book Bistro. Now go cook something regrettable. I'm hungry for judgment. I fear I'm creating a monster. Oh, sweetie, the monster was already here. You just gave her a chair and a platform. Well, I certainly can't wait for B's judgment on this cook. But to get started, here are all the ingredients I'm going to be using. I will link some sort of, or put some sort of description of some type of recipe that'll be an approximation of what I'm going to do. Essentially, this is just deconstructed lasagna. So in theory, it should be easy-ish. But there's like a little bit of everything between spatula use, whisking use, scoop use, etc., etc. So I thought this would be a fun dish to make with the chef wizard. But these are all your ingredients. You've got Italian sausage, ricotta, Parmesan, spaghetti noodles, eggs, Italian, pasta sauce, a lemon, cottage cheese, because I like cottage cheese in my lasagna. If you've never tried it, try it sometime. And some garlic, because while I think the chef wizard will be usable, I really didn't think it would be able to dice up garlic. So that's all the ingredients. Now to cook this normally, here are the tools I would typically use. Spatula, one of these guys, one of those dudes, and then this person right here. This is normally what I would use, but as Kathy Mitchell said, get that clutter out of there. We're going to use our chef wizard instead. Now, it doesn't say on the box that this would replace a regular spoon. It only replaces a slotted spoon, and it doesn't say it can replace a knife. So at least it's not, fully out of its mind, but it's pretty out of its mind. Kathy, I'm looking at you. I'm really judging you. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy. Yes, I did get it on eBay. Came with the original pamphlet. Ooh, fancy. Thank you for your order. Amazing 6-in-1. Care and use instructions. Cool. Fun. Well, that's nice. Let's take a look at the bad boy. Oh, it's like Excalibur. Oh, beautiful. Looks like it is honestly maybe brand new. I don't know that anybody's ever used it. Well, that said, it is a little wonky, but maybe that is on purpose. I don't know. Yeah, both sides are a little bent and wonky, but again, maybe that's on purpose. Here is your locking mechanism. Unlock and lock. So this is what we're going to cook with. This bad boy alone right here. Oh, there. Now you can read them. I'm going to get started making the sauce. All right. First up for this sauce, we are going to put a little garlic in our pan that's got a little bit of olive oil in it. Interesting. All right, I'm sure little Miss B is probably going to dock me some points for this because I'm already going to have to make a concession here. So I bought a brand new jar of garlic to use for this. And unfortunately, when I went to go open it, it wasn't
fully sealed tight. It was like the lid was already kind of loose and it didn't pop open like a fresh jar of something would. So I don't feel good about using that anymore, which might be...
Ah, there it is. The first crack in the foundation. I'm not using the garlic because the jar didn't pop. Sweetheart, neither did your last relationship, but you still gave that a shot. Concessions already, and we haven't even browned the meat. Tisk, tisk. That's a D- for morale.
Scrape the garlic from the bottom here. So we'll see how that goes because I don't expect it to work very well, to be completely honest. I would just forego garlic altogether, but I am feeding this food to other people in this house, so I want it to be good. We are going to put some garlic in this hot pan with olive oil. All right. Oh, you know what? That actually is scraping better than I expected it to. I'm not going to say I'm impressed, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And press it again. And scrappity scrape. So I don't think the garlic, or I don't think the Chef Wizard would have worked as a garlic press, but it is working to scrape things, so that's already a little impressive, right? Because this is getting sticky, sticky, sticky.
Sticky, sticky. That's the official sound of this dish, slowly devolving into disaster. She's in the sauce trenches now. Watch closely, children. This is what culinary hubris looks like.
All right. I will be back. I'm a garlicky mess now. All right. So the next test is, can this spatula... sort of. I mean, it's awkward, but it's kind of working. And it's actually helping to chop up the bigger chunks of garlic. So that's more useful than I expected to be, Frank. Oh, I'm getting garlic everywhere. Now that the garlic's been going for just a minute, I'm going to put a little bit of our sausage in here. I'm probably not going to use all of it. Yeah. Alrighty. Will the Chef Wizard spatula sort of is the answer. It ain't perfect, though maybe this will work better once the meat's been browned a little bit. Oh, that's a problem. So the lock just came unlocked. There we go. So that would be annoying, trying to use this as a spatula and the lock comes unlocked. But, you know, it's actually not performing horribly. All right, we're going to let that brown. I will say one obnoxious thing about only using one tool in the kitchen is that now I can't do anything else because this has raw meat on it. So now I have to wait till this is done before I can clean this off and use it for the other things that I need to do in the process. So
Ah, yes, the one tool challenge, or as I like to call it, a public health crisis in progress. She's now trapped emotionally, logistically, bacterially. It'll be fun, she said. Enjoy waiting 30 minutes for cross contamination to clear. 10 out of 10 planning. Very strong start.
Two major complaints. One, it's taken a lot of effort to break the meat down to this point. And I still wouldn't mind breaking it down a bit further, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. And then two, that right there. The locking mechanism keeps coming undone. And every time it does, it flings food everywhere. Just flings stuff. Any food that was caught in the whisk just flings because the stupid locking mechanism came undone. So I did unlock it for a bit and was kind of, you know, stirring as such. And that was sort of working. But, you know, yeah, not my favorite to use as a spatula.
Oh, look, a built-in sabotage function. Delightful. Now with 80% more airborne meat. This thing doesn't just cook, it attacks. Why stab your enemies when you can fling hot sausage at them from across the room?
Water to get the rest of the sauce out of that. And then some mechas for the rest. I just realized scooping this into the pan with this is not going to be fun. Not looking forward to that. Okay, while the spaghetti sauce is simmering and the noodles are getting ready to boil, I'm going to go ahead and make the ricotta filling that goes in this as well. And this is the one place where I feel like the Chef Wizard's going to shine because I just need it to whisk some stuff. Now, that being said, something I like to have in my ricotta is lemon zest. And there's zero way. I mean, look, I could do it. I can rub this on the lemon for you. There you go. Are you seeing that? I rubbed it on the lemon. Out of curiosity, could I pick the lemon up? Look, it conforms to the shape of the lemon and actually holds it pretty well. Ah, okay. Well, so for picking up the lemon, it does a great job, but it can't zest the lemon. That said, I have an idea. All right, the Chef Wizard may not be able to zest a lemon, but it can hold a lemon while I zest it. Maybe. Come on. How about like that? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Let's try this. Oh, okay. It really has to be like dead center in the things or it doesn't really hold it very well. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. I just had to get a higher grip on it.
She's trying to zest a lemon with it. No, wait.
Okay.
She's using the tool to
little bit of
hold
this
the lemon
happening.
so she can zest it
How
with
do I, like,
something
easily-
else.
Oh, God.
Bold choice. She's out here
Okay,
MacGyvering
like that,
citrus.
sure.
Next up, zesting her trauma.
I don't want the lemon to end up on the floor. Okay, so holding it down here, I have a little bit more leverage. Let's turn it. It's working. It's not working incredibly well. Maybe because this isn't what it was designed to do. But hey, we're getting some zesting done. Ah, almost lost it to the floor there. The issue is if I hold it like intended, like this actually feels really good. It was like it was made for this. But then the little whisk parts get in the way of being, yeah, they get in the way if you can hear that. It ends up just zesting the whisk. So we didn't get a ton of zest in there, and there's still a lot of spots on the lemon we could have zested, but there we go. Yay! We did part of this. All right, the rest of what goes in here are a couple of eggs. This is what holds the baked spaghetti together. All right, will it whisk? Will the Chef Wizard do the one thing I think it can do well? Yeah. It whisks pretty well. It doesn't feel as good, and look, the thing came undone again. The stupid locking mechanism is stupid. It doesn't work really well at all, but it doesn't feel as good as like whisking does with like a real whisk, but it's something. Again, this sucks because I feel like I need to keep rinsing this so I can keep stirring my other stuff. So using this as your only tool, not my favorite. Oh, came undone again. This thing is so annoying with this. Oh, did you? It just flung spaghetti sauce everywhere. Ah, it's my least favorite part about this right now. Is that locking mechanism stinks. For real. Flinging shit everywhere. We're going to have to come back to this because I need to use this to get the spaghetti noodles going. Don't hate me. It fits in that pot better if you break it. Look, if you're Italian, I'm sorry. Does this work as a pasta spoon? Oh, yes, it does. The real question is, since I broke the spaghetti noodles in half, are they going to be a pain in the ass to get out later? All right, while this is relatively clean, I'm going to go ahead and try and finish up my filling here. So we're going to need some ricotta. Oh, geez. That doesn't work very well as a spoon.
Doesn't really work like a spoon. Fascinating. The so-called 6-in-1 miracle tool fails at doing something it wasn't even supposed to do. Not a spoon, not a spatula, not emotionally stable. Truly the Holy Trinity. Proudly not brought to you by Chef Wizard, the tool for when you've completely given up.
Oh my gosh, the freaking locking mechanism is going to drive me insane. It's like I just give up on it altogether. I give up. Heck yeah. That is working fairly well. So there you go. We've got our insides ready to go. Noodles are almost done. This has been simmering for a while, so I'm going to say this is probably good to go. Plus, I'm sick of this thing popping open and flinging pasta sauce everywhere, so I am calling that one done. Look at how that just like flung pasta sauce all over my damn oven. There's pasta sauce freaking everywhere. I guess it's not that bad. It's not that dramatic. All right. But it is annoying. I had a feeling as soon as I first looked at this thing that the locking mechanism on it was going to be the crappiest part of it because that's my noodles. Let's take those out. Noodles are done. So now it's time to test whether or not the Chef Wizard works as a strainer, essentially. So scoop some nudes, put them on the plate. Seems to be working all right. The real question is, are we going to get all of the nudes out of there? It definitely doesn't want to grab like single noodles very well at all. Oh gosh, yeah, now that we're down to the last little bit, it is struggling to get these out. Oh, gotta go fast. Okay, I think we got pretty much all of it out. So we got our nudes ready. We got our ricotta filling ready. We have our pasta sauce ready. I'm just gonna wait for the stuff to cool down a little bit, and then we're gonna layer. This is the last official test. This test, oh, and I'm already not happy about this. This is going to be a mess. This is where I am going to layer all of these different things into the pan. And I'm making 2 pans of this because one, I'm going to eat, get out of here, fly, jeez Louise. One of them is for everybody who lives in this house. The other one is for this video for me to test separately, so that I can have a nice, fresh sample. So, oh my God, this fly is just driving me crazy. Do you see this guy? Oh, where'd he go? Who knows where he went? Ugh, hate flies. As long as he doesn't get in the food, which he probably will. This part's gonna be so messy because this doesn't really work like a spoon, right? Not like a spoon at all. So it's gonna be a lot of like dumping and praying for the best, I think. So to start, we like to put a little bit of sauce in the bottom. Spread it out with my stupid, crappy Chef Wizard. I hate the locking mechanism on this. Did I mention that yet? Hate it. Hate from the bottom of my heart. I'm not even bothering to lock it anymore because it doesn't stay locked. Now we're gonna layer some noodles. And the noodles are kind of stuck together, so this will be fun. Get out of here, you stupid fly. How'd you even get into my house? I didn't invite you in here. Okay, this is not my favorite part of this process so far. Look, I know everybody's going to be upset that I broke the spaghetti noodles, but I'm glad I did it because I think this would be far more unwieldy had I not done that. Then next up is going to be our ricotta mixture, and this we're just going to pour over. This is definitely making a mess. Let's kind of spread it out, get it nice and spready. Spready spaghetti. If B takes off points for that being a bad joke, then I quit.
Spready spaghetti. You dared. You knew I was watching and you still did it. Now you want to bargain? Darling, this is an amateur hour. Points have been deducted permanently.
All right, layer it with a whole bunch of cheese. Thankfully, I do not need the Chef Wizard for this part. Now we're going to do the same thing again. There we go.
Well, what a journey. There was splatter, there was garlic trauma, there was the reckless zesting of citrus with an appliance not legally recognized in most states. And yet, she persevered. Was it graceful? No. Was it efficient? Absolutely not. But it was cooked, and no one died. Probably. Final score 6 out of 10 cursed kitchen stars. Bonus point for effort, -1 for the spaghetti joke, and -2 for letting that fly establish dominance.
B, welcome back from the Burn Book Bistro. I think you had a good time over there, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I truly did enjoy judging you.
I believe that you did. Anyway, the pasta is done, our baked spaghetti. It looks really good. It just came out of the oven. It is also very, very, very hot. So I'm probably going to burn my mouth trying it here in a moment. But before we try this, I wanted to take a quick second to give the Chef Wizard my official thoughts.
Let's hear it. What did you think of the Chef Wizard? I know I have my own opinions.
I'm sure you do have your own opinions. So here's my thought on the Chef Wizard. Did it functionally get the job done? Yes, clearly I have some food to eat here that I mostly just used the Chef Wizard to get to this point. That said, it does not do a single one of these things well. It says that it's a whisk. It doesn't really whisk that well. It says it's tongs. It doesn't really tong that well. It says it's a spatula. It super does not do spatulas very well. Pasta fork, I mean, kind of. Salad server. Maybe that'd be the only thing I could see this actually being super useful for, would be a salad server. Slotted spoon. This doesn't work as a spoon. They're just like repeating the same things again because that's more, pasta fork, I guess. Or anyway, I would say this was absolutely not worth the money. Feel bad for anybody who purchased it back when it was like a big thing. And I really wouldn't recommend anybody else buying it. Just, if you need tongs, buy tongs. You need a whisk, buy a whisk. There's a benefit in having multiple types of tools because then you can cook those things without having to clean this tool every other 2 seconds. So that's my take. Not worth the money. I don't know. What do you think, B?
I can see that. You definitely struggled quite a bit during the cook.
Yeah, I did. And I can't wait to hear your judgment on that. But before we do that, I'm going to take a quick bite of my baked spaghetti. Like I said, there will be an approximation of a recipe in the description if you want to try and make this on your own. Oh goodness, it is smoking hot. There is a quick look at the bite. I'm going to let that sit for just a second before I take a bite of that because that is burning, burning hot. B, do you want to taste while we're waiting for it to cool off?
Why do you always ask me that? Do you think you're funny or something?
I mean, I hope I'm not boring at least, that's the hope. All right, let me blow this off and take a quick bite. That's super, super tasty. I would definitely recommend making this if you've never done baked spaghetti before. It's really good. Using some Italian sausage specifically, and we used a mild or medium hot, medium spice Italian sausage. It really helps kick this up a notch. It's really, really good. So I will be eating that for dinner. No problems there. It turned out delicious. So in spite of the Chef Wizard, still managed to make a really good dinner. Well, B, are you disappointed that I cooked an actually delicious meal, basically in spite of the stupid Chef Wizard?
Disappointed? No. Confused? Deeply. That meal had no business turning out good. It's like watching someone parallel park a shopping cart into a tight spot and somehow nail it.
Parallel parking shopping carts sounds easy, so maybe I'm just good at this. Want to finally admit it?
Easy? Have you ever seen a shopping cart? One wheel always does jazz hands. And no, I'm not admitting anything, except that you clearly struck some kind of deal with a kitchen demon. There's no way sheer talent pulled this off.
I mean, I have been praying to the giant chocolate bunny god in the kitchen, but he's in pieces now, so we'll see what happens in the next video. By the way, what was my final cooking score from the Burn Book Bistro zone?
Yes, your final tally. After much deliberation and one seance with the ghost of Julia Child, I'm awarding you 6 out of 10 cursed kitchen stars. 1 bonus star for flavor, -1 for emotional instability, -2 for zesting related crimes, and a soft warning from the health department. 6 out of 10, not bad, I'll take it. All right, let's wrap this video up. Let us know in the comments what other stupid food challenges we should take on, because clearly we have no standards and will take on anything. Yes, tell us what other culinary crimes you'd like to see committed. Want her to make risotto with salad tongs? Ice cream with a curling iron? I'm taking notes. And possibly names. Bonus points if it's mildly illegal. No bonus points. Anyway, thank you for watching. Join us next Sunday for the next video, and keep it cursed. Bye-bye, babies. Mwah.